With the TimmyBago back on the road after breaking down in Budva,
The state of that.
I was keen to go and see some more of the Balkans. Join me on this road trip north as I cross some tricky borders.
Well, that was sketchy as heck. That is the most thorough check of this vehicle I've ever seen. Didn't need that stress.
Dodged the police.
Within moments, there was another vehicle flashing lights at the oncoming traffic. I'm not doing anything wrong. I haven't done anything wrong. I don't plan on doing anything wrong.
Oh, and I saw some nice scenery on the way too.
Spectacular. Well, my time in Budva has come to an end. Back in the van, I spent the last couple of nights just over here on this beautiful beach. I ended up spending about a month here. I didn't mean to get stuck here. I didn't mean to come here at all, but that's what happens sometimes. Check out the last episode to see why I spent so long here. But let's be honest, there's worse places to get stuck, I'd say. So I'm gonna hit the road this evening, heading north, and I've got some spectacular places lined up to take you to. Some that I've been to before, some that I haven't, but come along for the ride and I'll show you all about it. Okay, back in the van, filled up with water, which you can do just on the beach here. Perfect. There's some paragliders just landed over here. I think they come off the top of the mountain here and just land in this car park. That's pretty cool. And we've got about an hour's drive to our stop for tonight, and it is an absolute belter. So let's get on the road. So excited to be back in the TimmyBago once more. Peace. And this is us for the night. The sun's setting behind the hills. Cute little churches on islands. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the Bay of Kotor, and it is absolutely spectacular. Just an hour from Budva, along that ropey old road, through the tunnel, through the town of Kotor with its castle up on the hill, along the side of the bay to here. Just perfect. So you're probably thinking, why didn't you stay in Kotor? That's the main place around here. Well, I've stayed there before, but I've never been here to Parast. So let's go check it out. God, it lifts the soul being in a place like this. It's just incredible. So good. Yar, me hearties. Look at the colours of those mountains behind me. Oh, so peaceful here. Cute churches, little pleasure boats ready to take people out to the islands. Lots of beautiful restaurants. It's like some kind of castle or fortification up on the hill there. Let's keep going. Look at this old guy here. Wonder when that was last in the water. Looks a little bit rotten. Would have been fun back in the day though, I'm sure. Not entirely sure what this is meant to be. Some kind of piece of art. A woman with a headless man and a headless baby. Those are the bright lights of Kotor behind me. There's still snow on that peak as well. I'm going to go and grab some food, get an early night, because there's a big day tomorrow with a ton more beautiful places. So come and join me. Morning, folks. Whew. Look at that sunshine. Air temperature's still pretty cold though, which is why I've got this on. What a spot for a morning coffee. So this little one here, artificial island, and it's called Our Lady on the Rocks, and its origin was people used to come back from sea and throw stones in the sea there, and gradually it built up, and then they filled old boats with stones, sunk them there, and they eventually built that little church on top of it. And it's still a tradition every year. that people come back and throw stones in the sea there to just broaden out that island. It's one of the most popular tourist attractions around here, and you can see why it's so pretty. It is a long day on the road today, so, oh look, you can see my breath. There you go, that shows you how cold it is still. Long day on the road today, so I'm going to get packed up, head further north. Initially, we're going to be driving all the way around the bay there, and then get to that town on the corner there, and then there's a road that goes back up across the hill there. You can just about see it. That's where we're headed, and then further north. So let's get on the road. Well, 5 minutes in, felt I had to stop really, because look at this. Oh, absolutely spectacular. The Bay of Kotor is an absolute beauty. It's the old lady on the rocks there, and that just about there was where we were parked up last night. But time to get back on the road. As I said, it's a long drive today. I had to stop again. I couldn't help myself. The view from here is even better. Take a look at this. Yeah. So what you can see from here is actually the Bay of Kotor is like a load of big bays all interconnected. And that goes through to the other bay there, which is where Tivat is. But then also you can see out to sea, because this is all seawater, all connected to the sea. Huge, great big bays here. So beautiful. Right, I really must get on the road. Another quick stop, because look at this. Absolutely gleaming on the hill. A little church with the lake behind it. Golden roof. It's so pretty. This could be a long journey if I keep seeing things like this to stop and look at. All right, back to it. And this is the first long drive since the TimmyBago got fixed. Without wanting to tempt fate, he's doing okay at the moment. So fingers crossed that continues. Crossing the border here into Bosnia and Herzegovina. And I don't know if there's some kind of situation going on, but that is the most thorough check of this vehicle I've ever seen. Previously, when I've gone through border checks like this, people open the door, see it's a camper van and just go, cheers, move on. Not so this time. They were going in behind like the insulation, under the floorboards, all kinds of stuff. Still got to get through to the other side yet as well, so. Well, that was sketchy as heck. The border control wanted to see not just passport, driving license, vehicle documents, but they wanted to see proof of insurance as well, which I just haven't got. They don't do that anymore. They don't give out paper insurance certificates anymore, as far as I know anyway, not my company. He let me sit there and stew for 2, 3, 4 minutes as I tried to somehow get an online version, and then just smiled and said, we believe you. Didn't need that stress. Also didn't need the stress of being stopped by the police 200 metres further down the road to check for high vis, danger, warning triangle, and a first aid kit. So watch out for that if you come to this part of the world. Fortunately, I had all of those because I'm a good, responsible European driver. And then I passed that police checkpoint. Within moments, there was another vehicle flashing lights at the oncoming traffic. And that, again, in this part of the world means watch out, there's police checks up ahead. And there was not one, but 2 more police checks. Fortunately for me, on this occasion, they were already dealing with other people. So I sailed through those. But in that, because I was a bit nervous about, about getting stopped again, I've done nothing wrong. I'm not doing anything wrong. I haven't done anything wrong. I don't plan on doing anything wrong. But you still get that nervousness, don't you? You know what I mean. Because of that, I wasn't paying attention to the sat nav, so I missed my turning. So then I had to turn around, come back, and go past that last police checkpoint again, which, again, thankfully, he was busy dealing with somebody else before getting my correct turn. I'm not going to lie, what's turned out a really cheerful, peaceful morning has turned a little bit stressful. I'm gonna keep my wits about me for the time being, but hopefully that's the end of it. And we're now in this beautiful valley on what I think is like quite a minor road here, but it's really spectacular. Man, another police car just hanging out by the side of the road. I don't know if that's normal here. I sense it's more normal than other places, but maybe it's just the end of the month and they haven't hit their quotas or something. Who knows? I'm driving alongside this really pretty river now though. Beautiful aqua blues and greens. Stunning. And another police check. What is going on? Fortunately, this guy was hanging out under the tree, having his lunch. So it could be a good time to be travelling right now. Another stop, and well, wasn't planning on stopping here, but you wait till you see this. Look at it, absolutely mega. It's like a mini Iguazu. So cool. They channel off some of the water coming down through here into these beautiful areas, and also pens for keeping the fresh trout. They'll be on the dinner plates in that restaurant at some point, I'm sure. Okay, onwards. We might get to where we're headed today at some point, but if we don't, doesn't matter. It's fun seeing all this stuff along the way, isn't it? That's why I love doing drives like this. There was a main road kind of route that would have taken an hour or two less, but you don't find hidden gems on main roads too often. So, can't remember what the name of the place was called, but I'll put it on the screen now. Beautiful, beautiful waterfall. Look at this. That's a really pointy hill. Well, it's not the prettiest spot, all this garbage everywhere, but that is a beautiful lake. Massive. Quite glad I stayed where I did last night now, because my original plan was to come here. And as I said, yeah, just beautiful lake, but surroundings not quite so much. Right, another rapid, quick stop here. Looks like some people have been having a party here. I've just had a quick shower. You've seen me do that on the channel before, you don't need to see it again, but this sunshine is just glorious. Amazing. But that pit stop at the border crossing took so long earlier that I'm way behind schedule, and because I've been stopping to see all the pretty places. So we need to get back on the road, heading north now. Goodbye, big lake. Look at that. It's like half the mountains fallen away. Don't think I've ever seen anything quite like that. Look at that spectacular evening light. Beautiful. I think I figured out why they asked me for insurance at the border crossing. I think it was because I went through Kosovo. I didn't go through Kosovo at all. In my very tired state, and I had no data either to check, I confused the bottom corner of Serbia with the bottom corner of Bosnia and Herzegovina. Idiot. Anyway, the rest of what I'm about to say does actually make sense and is useful, so I thought I'd leave it in anyway. All right, back to the video. And I've had that happen to me there before. Kosovo isn't included on a standard on most European driving insurance policies. And they know that at the border, so they always check. And they've got a little insurance booth just afterwards where they can sell you very expensive insurance if you don't have it. So be careful of that if you're ever driving through Kosovo, especially if you're driving what is still classified as a commercial goods vehicle, because it's even more expensive. That was a mistake I made in the past. Also, North Macedonia do that as well. So pay attention to your insurance policy if you're driving these ways. And let me know in the comments if there's any other countries that are similar so that I can avoid them in the future. So I've got another 2 hours driving to do tonight, heading north. So I'm going to bring this one to a close now. But you're probably wondering, Timmy, where are you heading? Well, I'll tell you in the next episode. Biatch. God, you must have thought I was being so rude. Silly me. Biatch is the name of the town. Biatch! Like and subscribe. Business Studio. Biatch! Fabrica Coffee. Biatch!